Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to start a new series on the channel. We are going to be doing introduction to game development using Python. So if you're anyone who is interested in how games are built, how games work, how to put graphics into a game, then this series is the best place to begin for you. So we're going to be learning all the basics of game development. I'm going to explain everything from a fundamental point of view, so you don't have to be an experienced game developer, you don't have to be anything of those to get started. So even the mathematics you're going to be doing is actually just one part. You're going to be mathematics, so don't worry about all those things. If you ever had that game development is a bit complicated, involves a lot of maths and calculations, yes, that's partially true, but in this tutorial we're going to go ahead and build a very simple game and not involve a lot of the stuff, since this is aimed at complete and absolute beginners. So let's get to it. So the game we're going to be building actually just a simple space invader game. So let me just show you, let me just run the game so that you guys can see how it works. So this is basically the game. So I can move around, I can shoot and all of that, and if I shoot, the sound comes up and all of that, and you can see my score up here increases as I shoot down the alien aircrafts. Okay, so you can see I can shoot down the alien aircrafts, I can move left and right and all of that. So yeah, every alien I shoot I get 1 point and so forth like that. So that's basically the game that you're going to be going ahead and building. If I press escape, the game exits. If I click on the here up, it exits, and you're also going to give a game an icon and all of that. Okay, so that's the simple game that you're going to be building using Python for this game. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and do, let's look at what I planned for this. So a quick demo, we've already looked at the quick demo table of contents. You're going to doing a quick demo which you've already looked at of the game that you're going to be building. You've already done that. You're going to go ahead and install all the requirements that you're going to need. Requirement that you're going to be needing is that requirement is basically what you need to go ahead and follow along with this tutorial. In this case, we just need to know how to program in Python. That's all you need, and you don't have to be a complicated or an experienced Python developer. Maybe just know the basics of Python. That's all you need to get started. If you don't know the basics of Python, you don't know the basics of programming, you can learn as we go along with this, but having a basic understanding of Python will help you a long way. Okay, so we have looked at the quick demo, which is the game itself. We have looked at the requirements that you need to follow along with this tutorial, and this tutorial is let me just say about one requirement. It says aimed at absolute beginners. If you're not an absolute beginner, also feel free to follow along, but if you're an absolute beginner, also that's the whole aim of this tutorial, to introduce game development to Python developers or anyone who is interested in game development but has absolutely no experience in game development using Pygame or any other library framework or library for game development. Okay, so you're not going to be using anything complicated like Unity or something like that, or Real Engine or something like that. You're just going to be using Python. So all you need to have installed on your computer, all you need is a computer, a bit of Python skills, and also how to use pip to install libraries. That's all you need to get started. Okay, so now let's look at the installations that we need. So we need to install Pygame, and that's all we need to get installed. That's all we need. So we need to install Pygame, and let me just show you. Let's go ahead and install Pygame. But before we do that, I'm going to go back into my terminal, and I'm going to go in here, and one thing I want to do is just go back and then go back, and I'm going to change directory into my tutorials folder, and then I'm going to go ahead and make another. I'm going to call it space invader game. Okay, so space invader game, and I'm going to change directory into my space invader game. So this is what I simply have done here. I've just simply created a folder. If you're coming from Windows, so what I've simply done is just created a folder called the folder space invader. So if I go and show you here, if I go to my desktop, I have a folder called content, and that's what you can see right here, content, and I'm just going to go inside of it, and I'm going to go inside of a folder called tutorial, and that's this part right here, and I'm going to go inside there, and in there I've created a folder in there called game in a space invader game. Okay, and that's right now, so the folder right now is just empty. Okay, so I'm using Linux again. Everything I'm going to do here is going to work on Windows, so feel free to follow along. So I'm just with a simple folder called space invader game. So let's create a simple folder on your desktop or whatever wherever you're comfortable with, and call it simply call it anything you want basically. Okay, and then navigate to that folder inside of your terminal. Just navigate to that folder. So if it's on your desktop, you say change directory into desktop, and then change directory into content. So let me just do this from scratch again. So I'm just going to go ahead in my directory back to my root, sorry, tilde. Okay, So once I'm in here, let's say that you have opened up your CMD. So go ahead and open up your CMD and you get something like this, right? So type in change directory. So CD stands for change directory, and then type in CD and then type in desktop. Okay, desktop. Each on Windows is either small letter or a capital letter D, but if you're on MacBook and Linux, it must be capital letter D. Okay, so press enter, and then if you're in there, you do in Windows you do a dir to list all your files. For a Linux and MacBook you do ls, and you see I have on my desktop I have a folder called contents, right? So if I minimize all of this, you can see I have a folder here called content. So that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm going to go inside of that folder. I say change directory into content and then press enter, just like that. So I'm inside of my contents folder right now, and I'm going to change directory into my tutorials folder, and which is a folder again that I have in my inside of my content. So if I go in here, I go on my desktop and I go into content, you can see I have a folder called tutorials. So okay, so I'm going to change that. I'm already in this folder, so I'm going to now go ahead and simply type mkdir, which is just make directory, which I've already created a directory which is called space invader. So I'm going to now go inside of that directory. So I'm going to type in cd, which is change directory, and then I'm going to simply say space invader game, and then simply, which is the name of the folder. In your case it might be a different folder, so follow along with the name of your folder that you have. Okay, so once you're inside of that folder, I assume that you're inside that folder. What I'm simply going to go ahead and do is simply say the following. So I'm going to say python 3-m venv and then venv. So this is just to create a virtual environment on my machine. So I want to create a virtual environment so that I have my global Python dependencies separated from my my global Python dependencies separated from my project dependencies. If you don't want to create a virtual environment, then that's absolutely fine. All you have to do right now is just go ahead and install Pygame. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and create a virtual environment. So if you don't want to create a virtual environment, feel free to skip this step. And again, to create a virtual environment for Windows, the command is a bit different. So let me just go and search how to create a virtual environment on Windows. So let me say virtual virtual env on Windows. Okay, so Windows. Okay, because I'm on Linux machine, so this command will not be able to work for guys on Windows. So on Windows, what you need to do, the command is actually, this is for let me just go ahead and see how to create a virtual environment on Windows and see the command which you guys need to use. So yeah, so for Windows, this is what you need to do. You can do it this using this right here. So you can change directory and then virtual environment. So I'm going to simply leave the link to this. So this is how you can create a virtual environment on Windows using this simple step. So I'm going to leave this in the description so you guys can have access to how to create a virtual environment on Windows if you want to. It's not a must. You can just install Pygame instead of your global Python dependencies, and that should absolutely be fine. Okay, so if you want to create a virtual environment, these are the commands. If you're on Windows, I will leave this in the description so you guys can read more about it. But if you don't want to create a virtual environment, then feel free to ignore this step. Okay, just don't type in this. Okay, so but I'm just going to do this for people who want to create a virtual environment. So if I do an ls in Windows is dir. Okay, if you're on MacBook, again also ls. Okay, just to list. So you can see I have a folder in there called venv, and which is the name that I gave my virtual environment right here. Okay, so once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and simply activate my virtual environment. Again, this is command I'm going to use is only going to work for Linux and MacBooks. For Windows is a bit different. Again, refer to the article which I'm going to share the link in the description below. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply say source and venv, which venv, the name of the virtual environment, and we say bin, and we activate it. Okay, so now my virtual environment is activated. And how do you know it's activated? You can see the name of the virtual environment in parentheses in front of the line, which shows that the virtual environment is activated. Okay, so if you don't want to create a virtual environment, feel free to ignore all the steps of all the previous 3 commands. Ignore this. Ignore this as well if you want to create a virtual environment. But for let's say that now if you're creating a virtual environment, or if you're not creating a virtual environment, you have to follow the steps that I'm going to go on from here. Okay, so what I want to go ahead and do is install Pygame, right? So let's go ahead and install Pygame. So if you don't know what Pygame is just a Python library that is used to build video games in Python. So I'm going to be using Pygame for this. So to install Pygame, right now you can see Pygame 2. Pygame 2 is out. So just go to Google and then search for Pygame, and then you can read more about Pygame, what it is, and all of that. So you can see now Pygame Pygame 2 is out. So you can install this by using this command right here. So you just copy this command, copy it, and simply go back inside of your terminal or your CMD and simply paste it in there. And once you paste it, you just go ahead and press, let me just remove this extra space, so make sure there's no extra space. So I'm just going ahead and press enter, and it's going to go ahead and install Pygame in my virtual environment. So let's give it some time to go ahead and install Pygame. So while this is installing, you can just go back in here, and once we finish installing, what you're going to go ahead is to begin the development and to begin to build our game. So what are we going to be looking at as first? So let me just go here. The first we're going to be looking at is creating a game screen, a simple game screen. Here we will learn how to create a simple window for our game. That's simply what you're going to go ahead and do. You just learn how to create a simple screen for our game. So let's just go back in here, and let's just give this a bit of time to finish installing. And once that's done, we go back in here and create a simple game screen for our game, and that will be the first tutorial. We're going to create a game screen, and then we'll learn how to make the game screen last longer and all of that, and then that will be the end of the first tutorial. So let's just go back here and give this a bit of time to finish to complete in the installation process. Yeah guys, so one thing you may notice that it failed to install Pygame on my machine, and this happens on some computers. Can be tricky to get Pygame installed at times. So one thing you can go ahead and do, simply you have to run this command. You have to say pip, you have to say pip. So if the this command failed to install Pygame on your machine, if this one failed, then run this command aside. So pip install, and then say Pygame, and then equals to 2.1.2, and then simply press enter, and that should now go ahead and install that for you. So I already have this already installed, Pygame 2.1.2, so that's will have that error fixed. So if you're having any error installing it using this command right here, then go ahead and try to install it using this command right here, whatever works for you. Okay, so I just prefer that you use this command instead of the other one, because it works most of the time. Okay, so make sure that you run that command. If it doesn't install, then use this one right here. Okay, great. So once we have Pygame already installed, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up my VS Code. Feel free to use any editor that you're comfortable using. Feel free to use Sublime, PyCharm, or any or any editor that you're comfortable using. I'm just going to be using VS Code. So I'm just going to wait for VS Code to open up, and once it's done opening up, I'm just going to go ahead and create a simple file here, and this file I'm going to call it main.py, and then simply press enter. So let me just go back to our slide and see what we wanted to do initially. So we wanted to create our first game screen. So how do we go about doing that? So to create a game screen is actually very simple to do. So let me just show you how to create a game screen right here. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm just going to go ahead and say import Pygame right here. So import Pygame, and then I'm going to go ahead and create instantiate the Pygame object. So I'm going to say instantiate Pygame right there, and I'm going to simply say Pygame.init, just like that. That's all I'm going to do. And once I have it instantiated, I'm going to go ahead and simply create a screen, right? It's going to be our game screen. Okay, so instead of our game screen, I'm just going to say screen, and screen is going to be equals to the following. So I'm going to say Pygame.display.set mode, and I'm going to simply set a screen here. So I'm going to set the dimensions of our screen. So it's going to be the height and the width of the screen. So I'm going to use 900 by 600. So it's going to be 900 height and 600 width of our screen. So that's basically what we need to do. So once I have this specified in here, I'm just going to go ahead, bring back my terminal, and simply go ahead and run my code. So if I do an ls right now, or dir on Windows, you can see I have main.py in there. So I'm going to simply say Python 3 and then main.py, and then simply run it. So once I run it, now you can see it just popped up and then closed again, popped up and then closed again. So it's popping up and closing again, so it doesn't last, right? So how do we make sure that it actually lasts longer than just popping up and closing? So to do this, actually very simple. And let's go back to the slides, and let me just show you. Okay, so this is what you have done so far. You have simply imported Pygame, created an instantiated Pygame object, and then simply created a game screen having 900 by 600, right, the height and the width of our screen. So now our game screen is actually closing very fast. So how do we make sure that it lasts longer and get good effects out of it, like last longer? So that's what we're going to be trying to do. So let's make the game screen last longer. And to make the game screen last longer, we need to talk about what a game event is. What a game event? So anything that happens inside of our game window is called an event, right? For example, pressing a button, pressing the space button, pressing the exit button, all these are game events. So how do we make sure that the game screen keeps open unless we press a button, which is an event, right? And then based on that event, we decide on which action to take. So I want the game screen to last until someone presses something, right, which is just a game event. Okay, so let's make it last until someone presses something. So to do that is really very simple. What you simply have to go ahead and do, you have to say you can just use an inference to say while true, and then simply say keep the game running, right? And then that will work while true, and then you can just simply do pass here, and then the game screen will continuously run. But the issue is that this can crash your computer or can cause a damage to your computer, so you can go ahead and try it at your own risk, but I'm not going to be doing that. So instead, what I'm going to be going ahead and do instead is actually closing our game screen, closing our game screen depending on a game event, which is basically someone pressing a button or something. So I'm just going to have something running, right? I'm going to call this running, and I'm going to call it it's going to be true, right? So while running, right, so we're going to say while running, basically while running means that whether it's running is true or false, we're going to keep the game running. So I'm just while running is true, we're going to keep playing the game. Else we're going to go ahead and simply do a pygame dot quit to quit the pygame game object, right? So while this is true, while running, we're just going to go ahead and do nothing for now, but else we're going to go ahead and quit. Okay, so while running, what do we want to do? We want to get a list of all the game events. So I'm just going to create get list of all game events. Okay, so to get the list of all game events, I'm going to be using a for loop for this. So I'm going to say for game underscore event event in pygame dot event dot get, just like that, dot get, just like that. So we're going to get all our game events. Now what do we want to do? We want to check if our game event is a certain event, and if it's a certain event, we want to do something. So we want to check if the quit the cross arrow, basically this button up here on our window, has been pressed or not. So to do that, I'm going to say if game underscore, let me just get that spelling right. So game underscore event dot type, right? So if game event dot type is equals to pygame dot quit. So if it's a quit event, what I'm going to go ahead and do, we're going to say running running is going to be equals to false. So when running is going to be equals to false. That's basically it. So if the quit button, basically would be this cross button has on our keyboard, on our window, has been pressed, what we want to do, we want to change running into false. So if our game reaches here while true, now it will be while false, so it's going to quit, and it's not going to go inside of the while loop, so it's going to come up here and then simply quit pygame. Okay, that's basically it. So now let's test that functionality if it works. So keep running. Now you can see our game window is up here. It keeps running, right? So if I press this button, it quits. Great. So what I want to do now, I also want to make sure if a person press an escape button, our game window also quits. So I want to go ahead and simply say if game underscore event, right? If game event dot type is equals to pygame dot key down. So we're going to check if it's a key down. So if it's a key down event, now if a person press a key on the keyboard, that's what the key down means. Now if a person press a key on the keyboard, how do we know whether it's the escape key or not? So we're going to go ahead and check if it's the escape key. So we're going to say if game event dot key is equals to pygame dot key underscore escape key. So escape key. So if a person press the escape key, what you want to do, you want to say running want to change running to be equals to false. Basically you want to quit the game, right? So that's it. So if get all the events, check if it's a quit event, meaning that the person has pressed this button. If it's a quit event, you're going to say running is going to be false. That's going to help us reach this part and quit the game. If running if the key pressed down, if it's a key press on the keyboard, now you have to know which key the person pressed. So we're going to check if it's an escape key, and if it's an escape key, we also want to quit the game. Okay, so good, that's what we have done so far. So I'm going to go back to my terminal, run this, so you can see the game is running. Now I'm going to go ahead and press escape key, and you can see it quit. So if I press run the game again, and I press escape key, it quit. If I run the game again and press the cross arrow, the quit button there, it also quit. So yeah, that's basically it. So what you have done so far, and the code for this, you can find the code here, which I just shared with you. So that's what we have done so far. So in the next tutorial, we're going to go ahead and learn how to add the title and background to our game object, our game window right now. Because right now, if I go back in here, you can see it has no title. It is a Pygame window. We don't want it to be Pygame window. We want to specify our own window, and we also want to add a background to this, because right now it is just black, right? You can see. So you can add a title color to this and all of that. So that we're going to be covering in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed this video so far, please make sure to like the video, share the content, and subscribe the channel for more of this such content. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Keep safe.